Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Arlon Brunfield, aka King Lonnie, and we back for another episode 18 of the Crown Conversations podcast. And we got a lot to talk today. We got a lot to talk about today. One of the things I want to talk about. Uh, Hold on, let me pull up my notes first. Life been going great, man. I've been getting things together. Um, I know I said I started season two, but uh I wanna let you guys know this is the official start of season two of the Crown Conversations podcast. Got a new setup. You know, if you ever rap with me back in the day, you know exactly where I'm at. If you ever been to the studio back in the day, you know exactly where I'm at. So, with that being said, I got a nice little setup, nice little office space, Um, but what's been going on with me? Nothing working. Just working, ordering more shit, uh, doing more research on shit. And I've just been chilling, just enjoying life, man. Enjoying uh enjoying being a parent, uh enjoy getting my money together, you know, enjoy being around family. Definitely enjoy being around family. You know, and I want to get back to that, man. I mean, I want to talk about that a little bit before we really get started with the topics. Family is actually fun to be around. I enjoy every every moment hanging with them because I know sometimes I be dolo, ducked off in the cut, doing my own thing. Sometimes I be feeling like, damn, you know, as far as like going on with my son, mother, or whatever, obviously I really don't want to even talk about that because I don't want people to feel like, oh, he's butt hurt. I'm healed. I'm healed from that because sometimes you just got to understand certain things are for the better. Um, but it got to a point in time where I was just like, damn, like if that was my everyday person, I used to want to do things with her and my son, and I just used to think like, damn, who who can I go to next to love me? And like I say, I used to do my own thing. I used to just disappear, do my own thing, and when I come back, I just start to realize, like, you know what, this is the time to really, you know, since I can't be with the family that I started. Well, of course, I'm with my son all the time, all down there all the time. So it's just go back to the people that love you, love you unconditionally. What they love everything about you. Uh, of course, they love your son, and so I just had to go back, take a few steps back, and then and the little separation is just ain't gonna do nothing but make me a little bit better. Make me better, make me go after what's for me. Because it's if that's not for me, it's something out there for me. So I go back to the family, man. We kick it down there every weekend. How my family is, man. We get so deep. My family, I have a real big family, so it's just like on any given day, you'll see 30 people, like just coming and just kick it. Nothing going on, no occasions or nothing like that. Just a random day, just 20 to 30 people in the yard, just hanging out, and I really enjoy that because it a few times it just feel like, yeah, that's my family, but sometimes I feel like I don't fit in. But shit, fuck that, nigga. I know one thing about them. I ain't gotta be no certain type of way for them to accept me. I'm accepted how I come. I could come dirty, broke, whatever, and I'm accepted and I'm loved. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to put on no front street. I don't have to feel like I gotta keep up with the Joneses to impress them. I don't have to. I come as I go because ain't nobody perfect in this world. But it's a lot of people in this world that feel like in order to be loved, you got to come with something. You got to come with money. You got to come with gifts. You got to do something in order to receive love in return, but not with family. You never have to do that with them. So we're gonna move on with that. But like I said, I've been spending a lot of time with the family, kicking it with them. But I want to move on to the next topic, and the next topic is the pressure that men face on a day to day basis, bro. And this why they have men's mental health day. Uh, they have this because it's a lot of stuff that men go through, and it's just like we taught to, oh, because you're a man you supposed to be able to not express your feelings. Because you're a man you have to have xyz amount of dollars. Because you're a man, you're supposed to be able to uh you're supposed to be able to carry the load all the time. But one thing people never talk about is the load that the man carry. Things that we can't talk, because like I say, we can't express ourselves how a woman can express they self. They can cry about it. Men can't really cry. And we don't have backbones to really talk about, because people look at us like the moment we express ourselves, we get looked at as weak. And all the time, man, we can't be strong. All the time, we can't be the bigger person. All the time, we can't be the icebreaker. We got to deal with a lot of stuff. We got to be the breadwinner. We got to provide and all that. We got to provide and all that stuff. We got to go to a job. We got to work extra hard. For the paycheck. We got to deal with people. Uh, you know, bosses and people talking to us any kind of way. We got to deal with all kinds of stress, and don't nobody seem to care about what we go through. Don't nobody care what we go through. And this I was gonna talk about this topic a little later. I seen Charleston White say something like, "The man don't matter until he ain't there no more. Until he dead, that's when he gonna get he gonna feel appreciated." You know, there's men out here that take care of their kid all the time, and just because a woman can get fed up and get tired of a man, they could go put a man on child support. He doing all he could. He doing everything he could. He doing what he's supposed to do. He's providing for his kid. Maybe he don't do it the way the mother would like for things to be done, but he does what he's supposed to do. But we got bitter people out here to feel like, oh, well, since I don't like you no more, or it's fuck you, or fuck that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you where it hurt. I'm gonna attack your pockets, and then that causes more stress, more trauma for us. You know, we gotta get we deal with so much. Like, at any given moment, we walk outside of this house, we don't know who gon' we a target. Uh, we can go to just randomly go. Like, just recently, I was pulled over for a cop. I don't know why he pulled me over. He said I did this. And I just say, okay, well, if you said I did this, hey man, look, you want my credentials, you want my information. I gave him the information, but he's sitting there trying to bullshit with me. I'm like, look, bro, I ain't trying to talk to you. I ain't trying to do all that. Just for him to call his homeboy, another white cop or whatever, just to call him to get in on that. But it was more so, he was more so focused on trying to see what's in my car, which I don't know. Because basically what happened was, I'm driving, trying to go to Lakewood to meet up with this chick. We about to go kick it with her or whatever. So I turned the wrong way, thinking that the lake was this way, but it was the opposite way. So once I realized it, I turned around, not thinking nothing that I'm about to be pulled over by a cop. So I just turned around, thinking none of it, pulled into like a little apartment complex, turned around, and just instantly cop behind me. What the fuck did he want now? So I stopped. Hey man, what did I do? Oh man, look like you didn't signal. And I'm like, did I signal, or are you saying it looked like I didn't? You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, bro, if you assuming on what I did, but in my mind, I'm just thinking like, man, maybe he pulled me over just because, he see a black guy and he probably thought I seen him, so let me go ahead and try to pull him over because he probably got something. That looks suspicious. But back to the story though, we got so much stuff that we got to deal with, and don't nobody there to hear our story because our story don't matter. A man's feelings don't matter. How he feel at the end of the day, it don't matter. You know, uh, 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 we just went to the. Remember I was talking to this one chick, man, and pretty chick, whatever the case may be. But it's just something about her mindset. Her mindset basically like played this gender role to the point like, oh, as a man, you should be, I, you should be providing, and I should be coming home and cooking you dinner and and things like that. Take care of the kid. I'm like, well, that's cool and all. I mean, I'm pretty sure a man would want something like that, but then again, you got to think like, why do that have to be a gender role? Why can't a man do the same thing, or why can't we take turns doing things? So basically, she was talking about she don't want to work. She want to be a at home wife. And I'm just like, I really don't like that because I honestly today I feel like certain things just don't even that don't that don't read no more because it's just like there's so many people being used out here. Like for example, you could be out here, you could really be that dude providing, like you ain't gotta touch nothing, you ain't gotta lift a finger. All you gotta do is, be pretty, come home, give me sex, cook, take care of the kids, and that's it. But not to mention, hey man, what now? Not saying that we supposed to live in fear of things like that happening, but what if I was to lose my job and we relying on this one income or two incomes? However many incomes I have, we just relying on one. You know, basically that boat is gonna sink. You know, and then at one of the questions I said, so what would happen now if I was to fall off? What would you do? Oh, I know that you will bounce back and get back on. And I'll just be looking like that's the wrong answer. That ain't it. That's not the right answer. That ain't it. Like so you saying if I fall off right now, I'm the man of the house. You just gonna sit there and wait for me to get back on? That ain't the type of shit that us men need, man. We need a backbone. We need somebody that's gonna take charge when shit hit the fan. Like I say, it's a lot of pretty women out here, but they mindset be crazy. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna just put that on the man. For one, I do agree with the whole providing thing, but I feel like before I just up and do that for somebody, I feel like they have to earn that. I gotta see how. I ain't saying just let me see if you gonna pick up the slack if I can't if I can't do something. Because it's just a lot of people that just feel like the if a man can't do it, I'm gonna go look for the next man to do it. And it's just like it's not fair for us because it's just like we walk outside of the door every day. Nobody know what's about to happen. Nobody cares what happens, and it's just hard. But I want to move on from that. I'm gonna move on from that. Feel free to send me comments. Feel free to holler at me. Comment. Talk to me about this. But like, men go through a lot, bro, and I wish a lot of you women just understand. Like sometimes you gotta be there for a man, not just to get him sex, not just to cook, but sometimes make a man easier. Y'all always be talking about y'all want a man to make y'all in y'all soft gear early, man. Y'all want us to protect y'all? Y'all want us to to make y'all feel safe? What about us? That don't get talked about a lot. They don't get talked about enough. We don't, we need to start talking about that. How can y'all make our day better while we going out there in the field each and every day, not knowing if we gonna come home or not? You know, but moving on. Um, I feel like social media nowadays, social media is the modern day Bible. Don't nobody follow God no more, bro. Like I swear they don't. Everybody follows. It seems like everybody. Sometimes me myself too. But it just seems like social media is the go-to answer for everything. Everybody see people going on vacations. They feel like they need to go on a vacation. Everybody see a nice couple nice couple on Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, and they instantly feel like that's how I want us to be. You know, but one thing people forgot that you have to earn certain things, man. People ain't just got to do certain things. Shit just don't happen overnight. But how society brings it, first thing people do, it's a fight. It's a fight. First thing people do, they pull out them phones. I seen something that happened in Cleveland. I can't remember where it happened at. It was a whole ass fight, and then somebody pulled a gun, and the man got shot like I don't know how many times. I think like 10 times. I think he alive too, but it's people recording from a distance, recording with their phones just to put it on social media. You put that on social media. What if them bullets just get to flying and hit one of y'all? Y'all so quick to put stuff on social media. That's why I say, man, social media probably is the worst thing that ever happened to people, bro. It's people out here. My nigga Dame sent me a video of this. I mean, I don't want like the judge, but this it was a unattractive, heavy set woman. Basically, feel like a nigga. She talking about a nigga talking about some what you doing or whatever. Like, boy, if you don't tell me to come outside to come get this money, I'm like, you not even you should like you feel me. But moral to the story, social media make people feel bigger than what they are. Some of y'all is motherfucking losers out here. But just because hey, I could post me a fire ass pic or a fire ass meme or whatever, motherfuckers will feel like I got it all got it put together. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody got it shit put together, but social media is put on this illusion that you got it, or you got 1,000 hoes and 1,000 niggas. But motherfucker be in this bitch lonely. They could be in their house lonely, wishing somebody came along and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say social media is evil. At first, they were saying money is the root of all evil. I feel like social media is now. Social media, everybody follow what's going on social media. The T app come out. Everybody on the T app. Everybody want to figure out who's on the T app. You know what I'm saying? Cut waters come out. Everybody want to see what's up with cut waters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody follow what's on Instagram, social media to feel like they still in the loop. But not too many people they be praying to God. They sit there tell their problems. Oh man, my baby dad just bust my window out. Man, some stuff don't gotta be on social media. Y'all be trying to have a pity party. Somebody feel sad for you on social media, so let me just go on there. I'ma tell lies and all that shit. I get lied on a day-to-day basis. Motherfuckers be on this bitch saying I don't do shit for my son. That's crazy. But motherfuckers, I ain't gonna get deep into that. But just know that I got some shit to say, So if I talk to you about this shit, then you know what's going on. But what I want to talk about next is self-love, bro. Man, it's so easy to feel like, and this goes back to the social media. People be feeling like they ain't enough because they ain't got a thought, they ain't got 10,000 followers or whatever. They ain't getting 100 likes on their pictures, and motherfuckers feel like don't nobody love them. I'm like, hey, my nigga, hey, sis, man, love yourself first. You know, we always be feeling like we need somebody to feel validated. We feel like we need somebody to love us, man, and we don't love ourselves first. We feel like, oh, I'm too fat, oh, I'm ugly. You look at yourself in the mirror all day and be like, I'm fat. Then you go on social media and be like, damn, her body's snatched. Not knowing that she probably done went and paid and got ass shots. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself, man. Cause if you can't love yourself, ain't nobody gonna love you. It's not gonna happen. You gotta love yourself first, man. Cause at the end of the day, a motherfucker that you so deeply in love with, they can get up and leave and say they don't want to fuck with you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But guess who still gotta love you? You gotta love you, not nobody else. Not your mama, not your kids. You gotta love yourself first before you get anybody else love. You know, and I mean that. And I had to learn this shit myself because I used to feel like I'm chasing women, giving them exactly what they want to make them feel important. And then the moment you start loving yourself, you start appreciating yourself, appreciating your value, understanding how much that you really worth, not nobody's estimate. Cause the motherfucker have an estimate of how much they think you worth. You gotta know your own worth, bruh. Know your own worth. Love yourself, man. Take yourself to the movies by yourself. Take yourself out to eat. Go get your nails and shit done by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody there. You know, love yourself first, man. And I've been doing that shit, bro. I've been taking myself to the movies, going to that restaurant I said I want to go to. I'm about to start going to concerts and shit, man. I owe myself that, and I feel like everybody owe they self love. It ain't gotta come from no man. It ain't gotta come from no woman. It gotta come from yourself first. So then, once you learn how to love yourself, and people see that you loving yourself, everybody gonna start falling in line. They gonna love you. They gonna know how to love you because they know, hey, if if I don't love him like that, I know he love himself, and then people gonna start treating you right. They're gonna treat you how you want to be treated. They're gonna love you how you want to be loved because you already setting that tone from the get go. So that's what I gotta say, man. Love yourself, man. And how I feel about relationships right about now, I feel like I'm not saying that good relationships don't exist, but man, I'm seeing so many people that I rooted for. I just see it just all crumbling. Like I just see 1 minute they in love, then it seem like once they either have a baby, then shit just go crazy. And it's just like, damn, they talking to each other like they ain't never love each other. And it's really sad, because I just feel like I really did. Once I had my son, you know, I wanted to marry his mom. I wanted her to have my last name. I wanted to do all that shit under one roof. But hey, you can't. You can want something, but somebody wants something totally different. You know, so it's just like sometimes I just feel like it's watered down. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be the type of person just because a failed relationship failed. That don't mean I'm about to be the type of person to turn cold hearted and be cruel and rude and nasty to other women. But it's a life lesson to be careful, pay attention to these signs. You went through this one person, you learned this person, so now next time, the next go round, you know what to look out for. So instead of holding on to it, even when somebody overstep your boundaries, because a lot of us, we give people the benefit of the doubt. We give people passes too much, and we get disrespected in the long run. We get disrespected in the long run, and you know we ignore red flags. You know, a lot of red flags. You come with red flags too. I come with red flags too. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us ignore it because we trying to, you know, okay, this person didn't know. But so next time around with that failed relationship, you know, next time around, like, okay, I'm not going for that. And you could already lay your boundaries down, like right then and there. Like I remember I had took this chick out, we went out for drinks. So instantly she feel like she could talk to me any kind of way, like cursing at me. I like, hey, I checked that right then and there. Like, look, we just started to kick it with each other. You seem cool, but I just got to let you know, I don't do all that. When you talk to me, you talk to me like a grown ass woman, and I'm gonna talk to you like a grown ass man. You ain't cussing at me. You ain't. We not going that. And she felt like I know I got it. You know, my other niggas and I like, look, them other niggas let you do that. I get it. You a pretty woman. Niggas probably act like they ain't never had a pretty woman before. But me, nah, baby. I don't even let niggas play and call me and say the bitch word. I have to check you on that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the principles about certain shit. So with that being said, I had to check her on this. She just talking to me. I'm like, my other niggas, they ain't had no. I'm like, I'm not your other niggas. I'm not about to sit there and settle for disrespect. You gonna respect me from day one. This is what you not gonna do. This is what I don't like. So if you cross that later down the line, I'm nipping in the bud. This is not negotiable. Negotiable. You know, I'm telling you what I don't like. So if you want to keep at it, then all right, go ahead. Keep at it, and I'm gonna be out your way. And she thought I was playing. I left her right at that motherfucking bar, and I bounced. But you know, until next time though, man. I want to cut this short. I don't want to talk y'all all night, bro, man. But I really do enjoy y'all, man. And I'm glad y'all tuning in. I'm glad to be back officially. Um, but until next time, episode 19 on the way. This is Arlon Brumfield, aka King Lonnie. This is the Crown Conversations podcast. I love you. Good night. Peace.